What's happening? What's the business? It's your boy Landlord from Alabama, back with another video. And today, man, on this Victory Monday, after that murder, after that public homicide we just pulled on the Washington washing machines, man, that was just downright disrespectful. With all due disrespect, we wanted all the smoke and we just murdered them boys on national TV, man. The Washington football children probably calling CPS on us right now. DHR is probably on the way looking for the mighty Dallas Cowboys, man, because that was just child abuse to the 10th power. That was just all the way craziness, man. We was really wrong for that, man. We really need a moment of silence for the Washingtons, man. Amen. Rest in peace to the football team. We swept them again. You know how we do, man. Dak Prescott owns them. That Daniel Snyder probably made a backdoor deal with Dak Prescott for him to own the rights to the Washington football team, man. Because that was just terrible. Dak is now 9-1 with them boys, man. And you know, that was just a complete team win, man. Shout out to the whole organization. Dallas Cowboys, y'all showed out last night. And you know, they said that was a historic ass whooping right there, man. They said that was the worst loss in that series history. Like, that was the worst rivalry loss ever when it comes to the Cowboys and the Washington, man. Like, that was the worst we ever beat them. And it was just historic all the way around. Okay, now let's get into the game that your boy Young Rain Dakota Prescott played, man. Dak was back in his bag. Dak was back to being Dak. You know, this whole offense was just due for an explosion, and that's exactly what we got, man. We've been waiting patiently, like M and 50. We've been patiently waiting on this offense to explode, and they finally did it, man. We've been waiting patient, and we got exactly what we wanted. The Washington washing machines was exactly what the doctor ordered for this struggling offense, man. We just blew the roof off of the stadium, man. We just went crazy at home, man. We went ballistic. It was just a straight torture, foolish fest against Washington, man. We beat them so bad. We had them fighting each other on their own benches that they brought in, on them hot ass benches that they brought. We had them fighting each other, man. So, you know, it was just a big time frustrating game for the Washington football kids, man. I really feel sorry for Taylor Heineke. He was just getting murdered. But okay, let's get into Dak Prescott, man. Dak went ballistic in the first half. He had 4 touchdown passes, 322 yards at halftime, man. He had a whole game stat line by halftime. So Young Ryan Dakota was not in a slump no more. He got out of the slump. He shook off the cobwebs. He was back in his bag. He was back to being Dak in the first run we had this earlier this season, man. Okay, now let's talk about that boy Zeke. Zeke the Freak went back to being Zeke, man. I love that big boy touchdown run he had. He just put his head down and said, I will not be stopped. He just took 2 defenders in the end zone with him, man. That was the old Zeke. Zeke got back to being Zeke on that run, man. He kind of set the tempo too, man. So shout out to Zeke. Even though he didn't have a huge production day, I could just tell that some of the runs that he made was grimy and gritty, and he just brought a whole nother attitude to this offense. And you know, it reignited us to get back into our bag, get our mojo back, like Big Mike McCarthy say. Even my boy Tony Pollard was in his bag. He was back to making plays. Like, Tony been pretty solid all year, but he added that extra spark, man, that we needed. Tony was still making good runs. Again, the running game didn't just blow nobody out the water, but it was consistent all night. I think they both had over 4 yards of carry. So, you know, you can win with that type of production coming from your backfield. And, you know, them boys was running hard, and, you know, it was a consistent running game threat all night. So shout out to Zeke and TP. You know, Zeke had a running touchdown and a receiving touchdown. So, you know, they was back into their old ways, and this offense got reignited. And they found their mojo. And after the storyline all week was Coop was frustrated. He wanted more targets. Dak gave him exactly that. He gave him like 11 targets. Coop caught 9 of them for like 80 some yards. And he got him a touchdown too. So Coop was very big in this game plan. As we could tell, he was all over the field. Dak was consistently looking for Coop. And in my opinion, that's what helped the offense get back to being dominant like we was in the beginning of the year, man. Coop has to be heavily involved. He opened up everything else as far as the rest of the receivers. Like, if Coop being aggressive and we being assertive again, Coop the ball, that opens up everything else for the rest of the team, man, on the offensive side of the ball. So shout out to Coop. Coop got back in his bag, man. That was a great touchdown right before the end of the half. And Mr. Consistent, Jason Wynn, little brother, Dalton Schultz, he had another big game, man. I think he had like 8 catches for like 80 plus yards. And he got him another touchdown, man. Dalton Schultz took a few big hits, but he was holding on to the ball. He was consistently keeping them chains moving. And continuing his relationship with Dak, man, he making Dak be real trustworthy of him. Dak really starting to look at him as a security blanket. Like, they got a good relationship right now. Shout out to CD for the TD. He ain't get him no touchdown this week, but the CD Lamborghini, he was balling, man. He had a big time drive. He made 2 big time catches, man, back to back. That kind of really set the tone for this offense. So, he was taking some big hits too, man, and it didn't slow CD down at all. CD was just snagging them back and forth, man, left and right. So shout out to CD Lamb. He really showed up this game. I love the type of catches. He was really putting it on the line for his quarterback. And that's exactly what you need to get your quarterback back in rhythm, making some big time, hard catch. And now let's get on this defensive side of the ball, man. My boy Trayvon Diggs. This boy got his 11th pick, number 7, 11. He got his 11th pick, man, and he tied Everson Walls for the most in franchise history, man. I know, Everson Walls know. Trey Diggs is going to break that record, man. It's just as good as over with for that record, man. Trey Diggs is playing out of his mind. I believe that he's still the best cornerback in this league. Everybody try to bring up the fact that he give up a lot of yards, but hey, if you mean to tell me he gonna change the game like that and get a good takeaway every now and then, or more times than not, give me Trey Diggs over any cornerback in this league. They could try to keep throwing at him, and he gonna just keep proving that they are foolish. I don't know what Taylor Heineke was thinking to just try Trey right out the gate like that. That was one of the most foolish things he could have did, and that really changed the game. That really changed the game and how we was looking at it. Gotta talk about my boy D-Law, man. A lot of people want to say this and that about D-Law not having 1,000 sacks a year, man, but D-Law do a lot of things that go unnoticed. He's great in the run game. And, since he's been back, this defense went from a 7 or 8 to a 11. Like, he's turned it up a notch. I know he wasn't the only person came back, but D-Law has been playing out of his mind since he's been back, man. Big shout out to Tank Lawrence. He has been a tank, and he came up huge with the pick 6. Then he hot stepped and ran it like he looked like a bigger Zeke on that run back, man. So that was just a phenomenal big time play to put them boys in their place early in the game. That just let them know that, hey, we are not playing with y'all. Y'all gonna have to take a seat tonight. It's our night. And D-Law really asserted himself as a big time playmaker leader like he usually be in this defense. And can't forget the young boy, boss man fat, Kevin Joseph got in, man, for Jordan Lewis being out with COVID. And Boss Man was all over the field, man. Boss Man was playing with confidence, man. I love what I seen from Boss Man Fat, a.k.a. Kevin Joseph, man. He was in his bag, and he was talking that talk, walking that walk. I seen the boy wagging his finger. That just lets you know that that's a cornerback that's playing with a lot of confidence. And the cornerback position is basically made up of confidence. Like, you can't lose your confidence when you're a cornerback. Like, cause you're gonna give up plays, but you gotta still have that mindset. Like, hey, the next play is mine. The next ball is mine. So like I say, man, the first order of business is to lock up your division, and that's exactly what the Dallas Cowboys did. So shout out to the team. We are NFC East champs, and I just wanted to come through, man, give y'all my reaction or whatever to the game, man. And just holler at your boy Landlord from Alabama on all social media sites, man, with the same handle. And that's all I got for you, man. So 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.